Good afternoon, Broker Playbook Nation. This is Simeon Papa-Elias, and I'm very excited to be at the corner of Markham Road and Ellesmere in Scarborough. We are in the Scarborough Town Centre corridor, and I'm about to speak with Mitch Parker, Vice President of Marketing and Sales at Hearst Realty. We are invited for an exclusive time in the sales center to really dig into the development and why this development makes a whole lot of sense for every single one of your investment-focused clients. As a broker, you're gonna have the ability to get a unit, to get the allocation that you need to fulfill your client's needs. We're gonna have units starting in the low 500s and going up from there depending on the unit suite, but you can expect price points to be in and around the $1,000 a square foot mark, a little bit less for the bigger suites, a little bit more for the smaller suites, but you're gonna be at a very, very competitive price point right in the city of Toronto, in that 416 area code that everybody wants to be in. I hope you enjoy the conversation.
So we're at the FourMe Sales Center at the corner of Markham and Ellesmere Road in Scarborough for our latest development launch, FourMe. Markham and Ellesmere, it's attractive to both investors and end users. If you look at from an investment standpoint, you have Centennial College. It's an 8-minute walk just north of here. You have T Scarborough Campus. It's about a 10-minute bus ride east. Scarborough Town Centre is a few minutes west, and that connects into the GO Transit system as well. South, you have Scarborough Bluffs, which is a super attractive area of the city. If someone drives, 401 is like 2-minute drive north. And then if you don't drive, it's actually one of the few areas outside of the downtown core that's actually pretty convenient to get everywhere.
In Scarborough Town Centre, forgive me if I'm wrong, is also going to be part of the TTC.
You also have north-south buses come every 5 minutes, east-west buses every 5 minutes. So it is a place where you can get around the rest of the city quite easily. Even within the area, you have all the shopping, the restaurants, the coffee shops, the schools. So it's a very self-sustaining neighborhood. And what I would say I find unique about having sold the previous buildings as well, in a lot of other buildings, the quickest units that sell are the 1-beds, the studios, and the 1+ dens, right? It's the smaller stuff. With this, I find it's a lot of the 2-beds, the 2+ dens, and the 3s that end up selling first. I think it speaks to the community who lives in the neighborhood. So, some people who are just naturally priced out of a bungalow or a house look to this as an alternative. And then on the renting side as well, you're getting families that are renting in,
right,
which is a great tenant demographic, because these are people that are going to take care of the property. They're probably going to stay a while. So it's a very attractive neighborhood for the investor side. And then the end user, you're going to use all those conveniences that we spoke about. And it's a great place to settle. Diving a little bit more narrow into the actual master plan community. The whole thing is called Me Living, and Me for Markham and Ellesmere. And traditionally, master plan communities appreciate at higher rates. People generally live there longer, and it's just an overall more attractive place to live. So this is the 4th tower. Again, this will be the tallest building, 34 stories, just over 330 suites. Loaded with great amenities. There's everything from, the standard stuff like the concierge and the visitor parking, but then we also have like a really nice gym, yoga studio. There's a sports lounge with like pool tables and TVs, party room. There's an outdoor area with barbecues and fire pits. We have a business center. So it's really a loaded building. And then in the middle of the other buildings, there's a pond which turns into a skating rink in the winter.
That's awesome.
So it's like a cool little amenity. You don't see it in a lot of different buildings, but again, it ties back into that real sense of community.
My entire practice is investment focused. When we guide our clients into any investment, if we do have the option of going to a master plan community, that's where we go first. Why? Because the appreciation is there. Why? Because it's community centric. And we know by the time the master plan community progresses and from the time it begins to the time it finishes, we're going to see monster appreciation. Going into the 4th phase of a master plan community, you already have the historical evidence of the appreciation in the neighborhood.
Yes.
So you no longer have that speculative component to the investment. Rather, you are now going into a sure shot with another 3 to 4 year period to appreciate in.
Yeah.
So you know exactly kind of where your baked equity is going to go to, and you know exactly how it's going to evolve. to look at Scarborough today to what Scarborough was in 2000, and everybody will speak the leaps and bounds of growth in their lifetime.
Yeah.
But I can say that this specific corridor, the Scarborough Town corridor, with the addition of the campuses, with the addition of all the Technology Valley, which is just 10 minutes drive to the north, the tenant profile here is going to be a young executive couple, a young couple, maybe with one child, etc. And those tenancies are typically 2 to 4 years. Is there anything else from a community standpoint that you believe stands out?
You're able to actually come by the site and see the whole thing progressing. Like at this point, we have the first building completed, done, registered. The second building and third building are already under construction. The most important thing is making sure the building's actually going to get built. Getting behind a planned community that's already underway, it almost guarantees the thing is going to get built. The other thing that ties into this is Lash is the builder here. So Lash has been building for 65 years. They're a second generation builder. They've put other communities together.
We are not in the GTA. We are in Toronto right now.
Right.
The GTA, I would say the 905, the prices are $1,100 a foot. This product specifically is going to hit home with investors because we are going to be at a price starting from...
On the larger suites, you're going to be in the low 900s per square foot. And then on the smaller stuff, you're going to be at just a touch over $1,000 a foot.
Because to buy land today, you cannot offer that price.
No.
But when this was bought, let's call it 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, and a master plan of 4 different phases was put together, now you can justify being able to go to market at 900, 1,000, 1,100 a foot and still be profitable and still be not competitive, but be the only game in town because you cannot get a home at that price inside the 416 at this time.
Exactly.
I want to thank you so much, my man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate you being here and swinging by.
You bet. I look forward to launching this to both our brokers
For sure.
And of course our exclusive investors. Looking forward to it.